Please like, share, and subscribe. This video is going to be about, I don't even know his name. I really don't even want to know his name. I'm sure eventually I will. But in my opinion, the person that is most responsible for what happened to me, outside of really Sergeant Stickles and whoever the group leader is behind the scenes, but it would be the state attorney, the assistant state attorney operating in court, underneath Judge Don Nichols. This man, first thing he did was at my September 2022 court appearance was he lied in open court under oath, speaking directly to Judge Nichols, unwilling to negotiate terms, and because we couldn't come to an agreement because he wouldn't negotiate at all, and which I wasn't going to take any negotiation. I plan on going to trial the whole time, no matter what, even if they wanted to charge me. I wasn't even going to take a court fine, because I was doing this all on principle. He lied in court under oath and said that he had video evidence of me committing the crime of fleeing. That is a bold-faced lie. They didn't turn in any dash cam because I didn't flee. I thought it probably was a cop, so I didn't speed. As she said, so it was just a bold-faced lie, which is the reason I have all the state's evidence uploaded to my YouTube, because that lie, Judge Nichols in turn said, "Mr. Macker, this is a serious crime." And for that reason, at this time, I'm thinking they're impartial. I'm starting to question the assistant state attorney at this time, September 2022, because I'm like, wait a second, I didn't flee a damn thing, But so the judge makes me have all the have the evidence. So I got it early October 2022, and I uploaded it to the YouTube. So that was the first thing, and that alone, from my understanding of the law, that alone, that lie in open court under oath is enough to have the case either thrown out or at least change a venue, from my understanding of the law. So there's that. Then, after I went to jail, after the cops kicked my door down for the failure to appear, my attorney didn't tell me I had to be in court, and I spent 8 days in jail at the bond hearing. After being in jail for 8 days, I had been in there for like my 6th day, and I was actually happy to be getting the Suboxone, my prescription medication, out of my system. I was going to be, completely clean. And on one of my last days there, long story short, I was pissed off because my bunkie, he's over there doing something, and I'm like, and I'm in jail. I'm like, man, what are you doing, bro? And he's like, oh, I'm just trying to eat something. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, you're not eating nothing. What do you got? And he's like, long story short, he had H. They were trafficking H in jail. And pissed me off because I'm trying to get clean, and my bunkie's got heroin, you know what I mean? And it wasn't him, but he got it from somebody else that in the block. And of course, I'm an addict. I'm sitting in jail with no bond. Of course, I'm gonna do heroin. You know what I mean? So I did, and I was pissed off because I was like, "Damn it, dude!" Because I was like, felt all good that day. Then the next day, I'm feeling like the hot and cold and that stuff. And I was like pissed, and I was gonna sell the dude out. That dude had I had the whole thing mapped out. I took like the next whole day, and I got the bond hearing the day after that. And the dude that was trafficking it, I was going to sell his ass out and just get my stuff dropped, And he had like an ounce or better. And the tapes, I remember exactly what blah. I remember, if anybody wants to go back and see, because they were moving a lot. You know what I'm saying? This would have been a major bust. And when I went to my bond hearing, I was going to sell the dude out. I don't know the guy. You know what I mean? He was just some guy in there trafficking dope. I don't owe him nothing. So I was going to sell him out and get my charges dropped. The assistant state attorney said, according to my fake attorney, Kevin Pitts, said that I'm not a reliable witness, that they wouldn't make a deal. So I told my attorney, I said, what do you mean reliable witness? All he has to do is make a phone call and have the guards go in there and bust his ass. It's right now. It can happen right now while I'm in court. Assistant state attorney said, no, they want me because nothing. Because they had nothing on me to begin with. This man, it's one thing to have dirty police on the street. When the dirty police on the street have a state attorney that's willing to just completely disregard all ethical and moral guidelines in that very important position where you're supposed to be impartial and, serving justice, bringing balance and restoring peace, which is so important, that man needs to be, at the very least, just terminated from that job, I believe he will be. I just believe it's going to take some time, And like I stated, in my opinion, the number one biggest issue You know, Judge Nichols obviously implicated herself on February 21st at my competency evaluation. And I have no idea why she did that. I mean, I would have expected more from her, but either way, because you're not talking about stupid people, you're talking about intelligent people. I think it's just arrogance, I think it's just that they can, and they have gotten away with it and they continue to. But I believe, like I told my attorney, the second law of thermodynamics absolutely applies to this case, because it states that entropy will naturally increase to a level of disorder. Eventually, the system has to recalibrate, and I use myself as that example. Like, I'm going to recalibrate this system because I am obsessed with, because I don't care. I don't care about money. I don't care about what car I have. I don't care. I'm a man that lives my life on principle. So it's like, I will get justice or I'll die trying. You know what I mean? Or, so maybe they will get away with it. Well, we'll see. Maybe they have a reason to be arrogant. I don't believe so. I believe in time, justice will be served. But it's very important, and most importantly, more important than anything, is that assistant state attorney. Because that man, if he's not corrupt and he's not really a criminal, what he did is criminal. Any corrupt cops on the street, they're going to know they're not going to get away with that stuff, because they have a state attorney that's willing to abide by the law. But because they know they have a man that's corrupt, they're going to be corrupt. And they're all going to make money together and talk about everybody they screw over in private. And, that's how I imagine it, at least. It's like, why else would you do that? I understand it's about money. And it's a delicate balance. But you still have to act with some type of empathy. And my case is a perfect example of a man acting with zero empathy and just, desecrating the law, really. So that's my short little deal on this. Something I almost forgot. At my December 7th court appearance, where I was forced to attend, I think it was a pretrial or docket sounding without representation, which is another story. The assistant state attorney took it upon himself to get at me when I had no representation, and referred to the judge that I take a competency evaluation to make sure I'm competent to stand trial, after I had submitted, at this point I had submitted, I believe, 2 complaints to the Department of Internal Affairs, and I wrote one short letter to the judge asking for an extension. And he took his shot, which the judge ordered, later learning that she was complicit. But he took his shot when I had no representation to make me do a competency evaluation with Dr. Davis. And that is a whole other story. And I'll make a short video on that as well. On Dr. Davis out of Ormond. Keep your kids away. All right. The man had a lot of children's toys. I could be wrong based on no factual information except my one-on-one experience with that man. And I would not let that man within a 20-foot radius of my children. Straight up. All right. Swear to God. So that's it on the assistant state attorney. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe.